Hello everyone, Irish Warrock here, and welcome back to part 7 of our Star Trek Resurgence Let's Play. We're going to kick things off in just a moment after I give a quick recap of what's happened. So, playing as Carter, we arrived on the Alydian ship with Edsilar and another petty officer, Bell, and got to work on rescuing the Alydian crew who were trapped. Most of the crew were able to be evacuated before the ship jumped to warp, with Carter, Edsilar, Bell and a handful of Alydians still on board. Bell was killed by Miranda because it seems that the Tkon have taken control of the ship and are on their way somewhere. As Carter, we helped some Alydians escape from confinement, and now we are on our way to take back the bridge. During the rescue, while we were playing as Jara, Commander Bedrosian, the Chief of Security, got injured in the rescue and maybe possibly blind for the rest of her life. This was our choice, and kind of feeling a bit bad for it, but had to do what we had to do to help those people. When we returned to the ship, we spoke with the captain, who told us that he didn't want to inform the Federation or Starfleet of what was going on. He didn't want it to come across that he was failing in his mission, which has rubbed us and some of the senior officers, including Spock and a doctor, the wrong way, and it seems that we may be planning a coup. So unless we can convince the captain to kind of join our side, it seems that we're going to be taking control of the ship. So let's jump back into it.
Tyler, you should be in sickbay.
I'll finish this.
I couldn't just lie there knowing the entire fate of Hotari hangs in the balance. How did it go? You look exhausted.
It was rough.
I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty rough.
Oh no. That's what I was afraid of. I heard a rumor that they'd made a deal, that the Alydians agreed to peace. After what we saw Sidron do to the diplomat in the mines, I could hardly believe there was hope, but then... Is that true?
Yeah, they're all Tkon. Tkon have control of the Hotari government.
I'm afraid the truth is far worse than that.
There's no deal.
No. They're all Tkon now. The Hotari, the Alydians, everyone.
No. That can't be true.
I'm sorry.
Where will I go? I can't go back. I don't have a home anymore. Everything I've ever known is gone.
You're always safe aboard this ship. And you're welcome to stay as long as you need.
Thank you.
The Federation stands with the Hotari. You don't have to doubt it for a second.
Yellow alert.
Commander Rydick, we need you on the bridge immediately.
Commander, good to have you back.
She's got the Geordie look.
Didn't opt for the ocular implants.
Maybe someday. The visor was the best the doc could do on short notice.
We've got an Alydian ship, the Veskar, rapidly bearing down on our position.
Or what was the Veskar. Now I'm not so sure.
Bring it up on the view screen.
600 kilometers in closing. Still coming straight for us.
What the hell? Oh, it's the crystals from the mines.
Commander?
Oh, this spreads a lot further than I thought.
Have you tried hailing them?
Try it.
Hailing the Alydian ship now. No response.
400 kilometers in closing.
Shields up. Ready phasers.
Shields up. Phasers ready. It's incoming.
Lock phasers and open fire.
Heavy damage. But deflectors still at full power?
That bypassed our shields entirely.
That's impossible. God damn it, return fire. Everything we've got. Rydick, modulate the shield frequencies. See if we can get us any cover.
Commander,
Just keep firing.
Randomized shield frequency.
Shields still have no effect.
That doesn't make sense.
I'll try another.
Invert polarity.
There. We've got incoming. How do they keep matching our shield frequency?
They couldn't. Unless... They've compromised our shield algorithms. They can bypass our shields at will.
What?
Ah!
Captain!
He's out cold.
Why'd they stop?
Damage report.
Running on emergency power. Major hull damage on decks 4 through 7. Warp core is stable and intact.
We're completely vulnerable.
Commander, we're being held by the Veskar. It's Galvin.
On screen.
Commander Rydak, where's your captain? Not dead, I hope. At least, not yet.
You're dealing with me.
You're dealing with me. Is that a problem?
One inferior life form is as good as another. I have to give you credit, Commander. You survived longer than I thought you would. But make no mistake, your shields are useless, your weapons ineffective, and there's nothing you can do. I could destroy you at any moment. But I'd rather hear your pleas for mercy first. Your existence is entirely in my hands, and I'm not in a forgiving mood.
Let's try it this way.
It's entirely possible you could destroy us. But the truth is, we're worth more to you alive than dead. Better if we report back to Starfleet about the power of Tkonian technology and the futility of fighting it.
There might be value in that. I've been thinking about what you said, Commander. I don't think you'll find my threats so empty now.
The Veskar's weapons are powering up.
But I don't have to needlessly slaughter you.
Ooh, that was... I thought I made the wrong choice there.
So I've decided to let you live. Because there's merit to the idea you're worth more to me alive. Tell your Federation that Tkon are as merciful as they are powerful. That you were fortunate to escape with your lives.
This isn't over.
I assure you, we've only just begun.
I'm going negative with him, but I really don't care.
Can you track their warp signature?
Nothing. It's untraceable, just like before.
Notify Ambassador Spock. I want everyone in the briefing room to discuss our options.
What's the status of the repairs?
Hull breach should be patched up in a matter of hours. Impulse power is at 67%. Should be fully restored soon.
Still no luck tracking Galvin's warp signature. They've all but disappeared.
Keep trying. Finding that son of a bitch is the best shot we've got.
Commander Rydick, you had the Tkon after the ship was attacked. What is your assessment? Given our current situation, the losses we have suffered.
We need reinforcements.
I'd rather not fight this alone. We need to call for reinforcements.
In that case, we might have an option. Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tkon.
Oh.
If anyone could find Galvin, it would be him.
That's assuming he's willing to help us.
True, but there's only one way to find out.
Wouldn't we need to secure authorization from the Federation Council to contact him?
The nearest Federation outpost is Angoria. I can travel there by shuttle and inform them personally of the threat from the Tkon. Meanwhile, the Resolute can travel to the Delphi Ardu system in search of Portal 6-3.
I still have my doubts.
I do not. Captain William T. Riker has first-hand experience with the area and with Portal 6-3. His guidance will prove invaluable and should alleviate your concerns.
Riker!
Ardu 4 is a restricted zone for good reason. For all we know, we could be walking into a trap. Not to mention the high likelihood Portal 6-3's allegiance will be with the Tkon. It's just too much.
Yeah,
that's
a possibility.
We can't afford to lose.
Right now, we have no way of knowing where those 2 Alydian ships are, or where they're going. Another Tkonian might be able to at least point us in the right direction.
Or we're the ones pointing him right toward his fellow Tkon, making the problem worse.
I am inclined to agree with Commander Rydek. Her logic is sound. This portal may have knowledge that proves to be invaluable, including information on the nature of the Cartabula. We must act on the facts at hand.
Then we'll give it our best.
I'll arrange a meeting with Captain Riker.
And I will speak with the Council.
We're gonna meet Riker. We're gonna meet Riker. Cannot wait.
I can leave for Andoria immediately. I wish you luck finding Portal 6-3. The very future of the Federation may rest in your hands.
Oh, I do want to go to Andoria. I like, and I think Andorians are like my favorite alien species in Star Trek.
It takes a minimum of 8 crew on the bridge to run the ship, so we can expect at least that many hostiles.
If they bioformed Hadri, they know we're coming.
Which means everyone needs to be ready for...
Okay, not even a chance. Straight into it.
Now we're here. We need that door sealed.
We can handle that. Where do you need us?
There's an access panel there. You should be able to patch into the local systems.
We'll be shot getting there.
I'll cover you. On my signal. Now!
Okay, nice and quick, Carter. Nice and quick. Nearly there. Good.
Looking for the bridge doors. Wait, what's this?
Got something?
Gravity. If I invert the artificial gravity inside the bridge, that'll throw anyone on the bridge right up into the ceiling.
He'll never see it coming.
Itasca, get ready to charge.
Charge?
Oh,
Some gravity polarity. Now!
Oh, that looked painful.
Amazing.
Close in!
How do we get them down?
And down they go.
What are we gonna do with them?
We don't have time to take prisoners.
so you're just gonna shoot him?
I haven't decided yet.
That's not just up to you.
I'm the ranking officer.
And we're not in your army.
It may not be convenient, but we don't kill enemies who've surrendered.
Keeping prisoners is a luxury we don't have.
It's not a damn luxury.
You're an engineer, not a soldier. This is clearly my territory.
You think you have enemy combatants here? This is a hostage situation. Each one of them has an innocent life inside. I'll keep watch on them.
As will I. We can't let our guard down around the enemy.
Petty Officer Diaz and I will figure out how to stop the ship.
Let's hurry. The rest of the Tkon could show up any minute. Crystals. They're all over this place.
So I assume the crystals is how they're controlling the ship.
Careful where you point that thing.
It's not active. I can't see any way this would work as a weapon. It's dead.
Out of ammo?
Not sure. Everything under control?
Yes, these Tkon haven't made a move yet.
And what you're doing is working.
There's plenty more I can do, but it doesn't have to be that way. As long as they behave.
I get the feeling that we're approaching the end game. I think like I'm roughly at like between 7 and 8 hours done, closer to 8, and from what I understand the game roughly is about 10 hours in total. So probably maybe this and maybe one more episode after.
Worry about Stretch over there.
Why?
He's looking for any excuse to vaporize the prisoners. But I'll make sure he doesn't. Even if they're the enemy, it's not right.
I'm here if you need a hand.
Just hurry up and figure out this bridge. That's the best way to help.
Gotta figure this out before we get wherever we're going. If the Resolute can't catch up to us, we're in a whole different kind of trouble.
Okay, not sure what happened there. I know I'm meant to be using my tricorder to scan stuff. I just want to kind of make sure I interact with everything in case I miss something important.
On top of each other.
This is not Alydian programming.
Well, we know who it is, obviously, then. It's like they're kind of cannibalizing the ship to take control.
Where's the captain?
Captain Ostego did not survive the atmosphere poisoning.
Ah, okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He died defending the Empire. That's how he'd want it.
This console looks unaffected.
Okay, so we'll scan that as a comparison to the infected ones. But let's check navigation.
It's navigational data.
We saw that already. Headed to the edge of the galaxy.
Oh yeah,
It's
forgot
only a
that.
display. We couldn't use it to change course or alter speed.
Right, let's start scanning.
We're gonna be there in less than an hour.
We can't let that happen.
Hold on, it would take days to go this distance with our fastest ship. We're traveling at a warp factor many times greater than this ship should even be capable of. What are the engines doing to produce this kind of speed?
Very interesting.
The engines are redline, running at full power. But this main drive manifold is spiking way over nominal levels.
Very dangerous.
Even at 100% output, the warp cores wouldn't push this much plasma to the drive section.
The reactor output matches the high speed, doesn't it?
Whether it's these crystals or the power from the Cartabula, the Tkon have found a way to increase the engine output and top speed. We have to find a way to hit the brakes before we outrun anyone who could help us.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
So they can't get this ship where they're going and enact the next phase of their plan.
It means we shouldn't expect help from someone else.
First, I would have thought this ship would disintegrate going this speed. But somehow, that hasn't happened yet.
What is their end game?
What is their end game? They've transformed individuals. They've transformed this ship in a way. How far will they go?
As far as we let them. Their technology certainly doesn't seem to have limits.
I hate to think what the Cartabula could do if it was plugged into something it was meant to power.
I have a feeling maybe that's where we're going. See what it does when it's connected to what it should be doing. Maybe it affects like larger area of space kind of thing.
These crystals are Tkon technology. They seem to be active, just like the rest of their tech. Tetrametric pulses.
Tetrametric?
signature of Tkon technology. Everything they make gives off this type of radiation.
They're blocking the inputs. It's not responding at all. Everything I try, it just ignores me.
Let me try the old-fashioned way.
If we're careful, maybe we can blast the crystals off with our phasers.
All right, just use caution.
I was gonna think she was gonna kind of stop me from doing that.
Not a scratch.
There are other consoles to try.
Suppose that's better than like blowing up a part of the ship or something.
It's the Tkon language.
From what I can tell, the ship's systems are actively responding to input.
Which is the opposite of how most bridges work. They usually send commands, not receive them.
It's from an intrusive program. This control station won't do us any good either. What have they done to this bridge?
Consoles running themselves, some clogged up with crystals that are sending off tetrametric pulses.
But none of this is sending signals outward. It's receiving.
That are controlling the ship from somewhere else.
Ship from somewhere else.
Yeah, Carter.
That should be impossible. But it explains why there's less than a full bridge crew. If they aren't flying the ship from the bridge, where are they controlling it from?
That's everything. You got some answers.
I don't like what they tell us, though.
If we can learn nothing else, then what's left is to make these Tkon talk. And if they don't, we'll dispose of them.
Hey, that's not how we do this.
That is enough from you.
Oh, so that's what the weapon does.
That thing was useless.
It was. No power. Until he touched it. Weapons must be biocoded.
Our technology will only work for one of our kind.
I can assure you, this weapon works just fine for me.
Slow down, Arminta.
You can't control the ship with the disruptor.
But I can use it to control you.
Oh, hoo, hoo.
Let's talk.
Carter being the best of Starfleet there. I think between the two characters, I like Carter the most. Jara's really great, but I love kind of the everyman approach of Carter and...
The Titan's communications officer says Captain Riker will be ready in just a moment.
Brilliant.
The report on the data breach.
Damn. It's worse than I'd hoped. They didn't just compromise our shields. They stole the shield algorithms for all of Starfleet as well.
Oh, we're in trouble.
Meaning every ship is potentially vulnerable to attack, making this so much worse than it already was.
So we're completely defenseless against the Tkon.
It looks that way, yes.
I have Captain Riker for you.
Let's not mention any of this shield business to Riker just yet.
Nope, gonna tell him straight away. There he is!
Riker, this is my first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
My pleasure.
Sir.
I wish we were all meeting under better circumstances.
So do I, although you and I have actually met before.
We have.
I was a young lieutenant on the Potemkin. You were first officer on the Tuckerman. I piloted you and our science officer in a shuttle to survey quantum resonance in the planetary rings of Resurgence 6.
Ah, yes. Now I remember.
You know, he gave me some good advice that day about a very difficult job. Yours.
Well, I'm not one to turn down some words of wisdom, sir.
And let me ask, as first officer on a starship, where does your responsibility lie, first and foremost? To the captain, the crew, or the ship itself?
Oh, this old chestnut. I am curious to hear what she says, though.
The crew.
Ultimately, my responsibility is to the crew at large.
The needs of the many. You have been hanging around Ambassador Spock. truth is, it's a trick question.
Yeah, I figured.
The situation is different, and there are no easy answers. And in some cases, it might not be any of those three. It could be the prime directive, or the mission.
Yes, so perhaps we should get to the matter at hand. When you were with the Enterprise, you encountered a Tkon entity known as Portal 6-3. The Enterprise was held captive in orbit until you were able to convince him to let the ship go.
All of which is detailed in the mission report.
What we want from you is what we can't get from the report. What can we use to get Portal 6-3 to help us?
I've often thought about that over the years. How a small difference in the encounter could have led to disaster. The most important thing is, don't let him push you around. He can appear as a man or as a godlike projection. He'll test you, but don't be overwhelmed by the pageantry and theatrics.
I can stand my ground.
I'll stand up to him. You can trust in that.
Good, but that's just the first step. Portal is full of bluster and bravado, but he can be reasoned with. And that's my other piece of advice. You want to appeal to him rationally. You don't want him thinking you're acting out of fear.
But we are afraid of the Tkon, and with good reason.
He's not the sort to suffer fools. And he'll lose interest if he feels his time is being wasted.
I suppose that's one thing we have in common.
Do you think he knows that the Tkon have returned?
He didn't even know they were gone when we went there. But the moment the Enterprise dropped into orbit around Delphi Ardu 4, he downloaded the entirety of the ship's computer. So I'd expect the same when you get there.
What if he won't cooperate and we have to face these Tkon ourselves?
Then we have a much bigger problem on our hands.
What I mean is, in the 16 years since you discovered this outpost, there has to have been research. Battle plans for what to do about the Tkon if we encountered more of them. I need to know what they are.
If I had that answer, it would have been the first thing I told you.
We both know Command has had their share of hidden plans in the past. Like Admiral Hansen and Captain Shelby's Special Projects Division at Starfleet Tactical, devising new ways to take on the Borg.
Trust me, this isn't some Starfleet conspiracy to keep you in the dark. But if you two don't think you're equipped to make contact, you need to tell me now. Because there is no silver bullet here. Now's not the time to hesitate. I need to know you're up to this.
Were you prepared?
Were you equipped to meet Portal 6-3 all those years ago?
I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, you are. And we have the benefit of your experience on our side.
Fair enough. There was a special task force that considered the Tkon, and I was part of it. But because there were no other signs of the Empire, we determined the best course of action was to create a restricted zone around the Delphi Ardu system. I have my concerns, but I'll clear the way with the brass for your travel into the restricted space. Just remember what I've told you. And it wouldn't hurt to read some Sun Tzu en route. Or Marcus Aurelius.
Anything else?
Machiavelli?
Your advice is well taken, Captain Riker. No matter what he throws at us, we'll stand up to this Tkon Guardian.
I'm sure you will. Rest assured, the Federation is taking this threat very seriously. You won't be alone out there for too long.
Thank you, Captain Riker.
One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that Tkon stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more...
They stole shield data.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms? That could jeopardize every ship in the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Tkon before this gets out of control. Riker out.
Screw you, Solano.
I specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps. I thought we had an understanding. Now all of Starfleet will hear about this.
Considering this is new information Ambassador Spock doesn't have yet, I figured Captain Riker would be the closest to communicate directly with Starfleet Command.
Now the cat's out of the bag. I have to think about the damage control of it all. You're dismissed.
Oh, I really hate this captain so much. Right then, here we are. That was quick.
It's the automated Federation warning buoy. Transmitting the disable code Captain Riker provided.
That was unpleasant. Commander Ermont, what are the conditions of our systems?
All internal systems operational.
Commander Westbrook, what are your scans of the planet?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
No sign of this outrageously powerful Tkon being?
I'm running a magneton scan now, but so far, nothing.
Where are you? Prep your way, team. We don't know if Portal 6-3 will cooperate. If he's not an asset, he's an enemy. Be ready for anything.
Right, so we need to not back down, be forceful, and to be as logical as possible with him, but we're going to look after Carter first for a bit.
Prove you're worth keeping alive for a little while longer.
I cannot stop this ship any more than you could stop the tides.
Not good enough.
The impotent threats of a lower life form do not sway me. I will not bend to you. I was born 600,000 years ago. But a new age dawns today.
I liked you a lot better when you were Ryan Kapoor. A pain in the ass sometimes, but a stand-up guy when it counted.
You weren't friends with the one who gave up this body.
He didn't give it, you took it. And all the others.
My name is Zon Glosa. I was born in the final days of the Age of Makto. I am but one of many. We who took a leap of faith across the bridge of time to be reborn in these bodies.
Eventually, one of you will break.
You don't understand how overmatched you truly are. This craft was nothing before we imbued it with the speed required by our mission. And the Cartabula produces enough energy to drive an entire fleet of ships like this one.
Oh!
When we wake the Alydian, we won't need a fleet.
Wait, the what?
The Aphelion.
Only then will you understand the might of the Tkon Empire. Reborn in this time.
And when you wake the Aphelion, what are you going to do with it?
Anything we want.
Come on! This goes from bad to worse unless you do what they say.
Oh. Oh, damn.
It's coming alive.
He can't stop the ship.
Then he will. Or we cut off his hands and use them ourselves.
The moment I reduce speed or change our heading, the others will know. First, they'll just resume course from elsewhere. Trivial matter. And then, they will come here. For you, this is a dead end.
Wouldn't you want that? You take the ship off course, your friends come here to your rescue. So why are you warning us?
Because I value my own life. When my fellow Scions come, they will come. I expect you'll all act like the savages you are, and a battle wounds you. You've all died once. I don't intend to do so again. I won't touch those controls. If you want to get us killed, do it yourselves.
You fear death. There's a way to stop this ship for good, and he knows how. He just needs more pressure.
What kind of pressure?
We heard him. He'll talk. Trust me.
That's against Starfleet protocol.
You're not on a Starfleet ship. Your protocol does not apply. We take the action that will lead to our victory. Don't assume your moral compass takes precedence above all others.
I'm not gonna torture them. Not like this.
Do this the Starfleet way. We're better than
There's gotta
that.
be something we can work with here. This area here?
Power generation.
It's deserted.
So I guess it's kind of useless.
Going this fast, it would be too dangerous to force a warp collapse by cracking one of the propulsion coils. I could rupture the hull, end up damaging the Cartabula in the process.
That risks tearing a hole in space.
We can't have that.
That sounds very bad.
What's this?
This display shows the location of the Tkon on the ship. This is where the infiltrators are, the central artery of ship systems. Sensors, propulsion, weapons. Doesn't seem to be working here.
This is weird. Engine status. Right. The warp cores are still practically redlined. However they've supercharged the Zeldi, it still relies on existing systems.
They just amplify the output?
But the Tkon have already interfaced with those systems. The controls will be no use. So we'd have to find a way to manually shut down the warp cores.
Might not be a manual shutdown as much as it'll be sabotage.
No one appears to be guarding it. I think I can get us there. But once we're in, do you really think you can cripple my ship? Not something I'd normally ask. But I'm coming around to it.
Well, usually I'm the guy fixing the things that go wrong on a starship. But I'm sure I can figure out a way to break it.
You may even find you like destroying things.
This plan of yours has one problem. It strands us. Left out of the fight when there is a war going on.
Our fight is here, now. This is how we do the most good. For the Empire.
For the Empire.
So, Carter, you didn't beam out after all.
Ooh.
I thought you'd escaped when we boarded. I'd almost hoped you'd made it off. And Millie's there with you too, right? It's good you two are together. I know you're here, Carter. Your technology is so simple to us. You're not a fighter. I know it. You know it. That's why you're hiding. Somewhere on this ship. But the Tkon Empire has so much to offer you. Think of all the knowledge lost for 500,000 years that you'd have access to. I know you want more from life, and I want to show you what you could be a part of. Not just the wonders you've already seen from us. In our time, we had the power to move stars. Carter, you have a thirst for discovery.
In case you forgot, we were a part of something. I still am. The Federation may not be perfect, but it stands for ideals that your people clearly do not believe in.
We have our own ideals. And we have our own strength. Every one of us on this crusade has fought wars more brutal and consuming than you could fathom. But I want to reach a peaceful resolution to this. Carter, we have a plan for you. And for the others, too. We don't want to have to destroy you.
Nope, don't believe her for a second.
Some sort of compromise to be had here? After all you've done? The only end of this is when you surrender.
After all we've done? You can't think we give up now. We can continue this conversation in person. I'll see you on the bridge very soon.
Her comm badges. She's tracking our location with them.
If we have to use force to free our fellow scions, there will be casualties.
We can't stay here. And we need to disable the transmitters.
Where'd you go? You don't want to talk to me?
She's trying to keep you talking.
I mean, I get it.
Just cut it off straight away. Don't risk anything. Should have cut it off earlier.
Got it.
Mine's done too.
Time to hit the road.
You've forgotten something. They know where we're going.
Set to stun.
Oh, good.
You're not going to shoot a guy who's unconscious, are you?
You keep getting in my way.
We've managed this far without doing it your way.
We are hardly in control of this situation.
You two forget you're on the same side? Come on! let's move it.
There's still a guy standing there in the back, but I'm pretty sure that's just a glitch. I've been really thinking about all the choices I've been making through this game and like how things could be different. I definitely want to play this again at some point, and I have to maybe like write down what my serious big choices were so I can make different ones as I go.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
And no creepy Ferengi either.
Quiet.
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
I don't know if anyone's seen that episode from I think season 1, but ooh, that was a bad episode. That was a bad description of the Ferengi. Thankfully, they got better.
Already gave it a scan. Dead. Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those iridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
You just get ready for a coup.
Burn marks.
The report mentioned phaser fire being redirected toward these strange crystals.
It also mentioned Portal calling down lightning bolts.
Better keep our guards up. If I recall right, Geordi LaForge transported in here, hanging upside down.
I guess we're lucky we were spared the indignity.
Just dancing around Westbrook.
Anything unusual, Commander?
It's all unusual, to be honest. We've precious little data on this planet, so brief was Captain Riker's visit. Anything he didn't see himself is a total unknown.
We deal with unknowns all the time. Part of the job.
I'm accustomed to dealing with the unknown from my station on the bridge.
He's still a little bitter about not being first officer. More important things to deal with by now. Oh, hello.
These crystals are dormant.
Riker's report said they were glowing, that they served as energy collectors. It could be a good sign they're inactive. The Guardian of the Tkon doesn't have his guard up.
Or he's gone or dead by this point. Always a possibility. Alright, Pedrosian, what do we got?
This is where Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
We'll move forward when you're ready, Commander.
I mean, I think we're ready now.
Follow me. Ends here.
Oh.
Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
Tetrametric pulses.
Same energy as the other Tkon technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
Whoa!
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature.
So he's still here anyway.
It's there.
With me.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Yeah, I think I saw that coming.
Resolute. Beam Crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Is he okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Commander, I may be able to speed up the process. I can now detect many different wavelengths of radiation simply by looking. The Tkon radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
Good work, Petrosian. You nearly made up for hospitalizing that one guy. Okay, so let's get going.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Commander!
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
Reminds me of the, what was it, The Last Crusade?
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu-4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us. More crystals. Need a way across.
Okay, so I obviously should have interacted with that first, but oh well. Oh.
I assume you've noticed the bridge we crossed to get here is no longer tangible.
Ah. Bit of a problem.
If logic prevails, there's a way to get it back by finding the right crystal to phaser. I'm getting some faint tetrametric readings from inside that mountain.
Then I'll head over there.
And I'll stay here, in case the bridge decides to come back.
So yeah, I assume I'm meant to go in there, but I'm just gonna look around here to see what is this pulse.
Good.
Okay, so I can supposedly shoot this one. And I have another path there. I'm going to assume this is the path I'm actually meant to go into the mountain, so we'll go on in. Hello? Anybody here? Mr. Portal, where are you? Do not discharge phase of this crystal. Thanks! Okay, maybe I wasn't meant to come in this way. Oh.
Tetrametric.
There we are.
Better go see what's different.
I mean, that seems pretty different. No, I'm mostly looking at the wrong one. Oh, not meant to be over there. We are. Make sure. Or end up blowing up half the area and killing us all.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
And all back together again. Right. Feeling he's just toying with us. Ooh, that's a big crystal. And plants. On a dead planet. Not weird at all.
Incredible.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No. Not a match.
Tetrametric.
Then it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Devolve to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
Right then. Fingers crossed we don't blow up half a planet.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plans.
I think we found him.
Barbarians. It's him. How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand.
He reminds you of the Collector from the Marvel movies.
In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tkon Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian? I am guardian of nothing. The Tkon no longer exist. Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave.
Gonna be fully open with him. I think that's the best chance we have.
The Tkon have returned.
Returned? My people have come back? How can that be? I've been alone for so long. If it is true, how did they return?
Tkonian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Tkonians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds.
I'm guessing they're not nice Tkonians.
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Tkon. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Tkon immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these scions.
You don't have to do anything except help us find them. If that's all you want to do.
I don't believe that.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
I will speak with you alone.
What are you doing? Where are we? Where's my team?
They are safe where we left them. That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, Jara. Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Tkon. One dying, one dead. Our species cannot be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
I'm not alone in the Federation.
But I'm not alone in the Federation. I'm a part of something larger, just like your Tkon Empire was.
We are not the same.
I think I chose the wrong answer there. It's a very hard game to know if you're choosing the right or wrong answers in dialogue. Like, some of them are pretty obvious, I think. But then not really, no. Like, I was going to say, telling Riker about the shields seemed like the obviously good choice, but a different player might disagree with me.
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
It's true, the Kobliad chose not to join the Federation when the offer was made. And I could have chosen to stay on my home planet, waiting for the next shipment of Duridium to arrive, biding my time and fearing for the worst. Instead, I chose to embrace the future, not fear it. Joining Starfleet gave me the opportunity not just to help my own people, but countless more. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer. To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Tkon Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. A betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
The Tkon had their time. The Empire rose and fell like so many others.
What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Tkon plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Tkonian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own.
But at what cost?
And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You knew bioforming was wrong.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong. Wrong to employ on an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
You are correct. The Tkon did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still stood. I'm curious to see these scions masquerading as true Tkon. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Tkon. To understand their true intentions, for better.
Square or X, square or X, square X.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
Oh, he likes that option.
Commander.
That's good.
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Whoa.
This is all I need.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
Ooh, I think that went pretty well. Definitely could have gone worse, but I think it went well all in all. Let's see if Carter's plan is working.
Four warp cores. That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
We'll do our part, you do yours. Anything that comes through that door, stop it.
That I can do.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Right then, let's get to work, bringing this thing to a stop.
What are we dealing with?
Oh, not trying to focus there. Bounce around the shop. One of 4 warp cores powering the Zeldi. Terminal output indicates each core alone could not sustain minimum warp, but harmonic infusion of at least 2 cores would produce an exponential increase in power. Radiation resistant casing protecting the warp core's matter antimatter reaction chamber. The thermostatic sensor relays temperature signals to automated coolant valve controls. Right, so we're just going to overheat it, I guess.
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
I bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
I think we'll probably finish up here with Carter and then end it because, yeah, as I said earlier, I think we're getting to the end of the game and this maybe is the second or third last episode.
We need to make sure that Tkon can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
Simple.
Thinking what I'm thinking? Warp core ejection.
Yes.
The question is, how do we make it happen?
Every Star Trek fan's true dream to eject a warp core.
The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Well, that's what we need, isn't it?
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Tkon will know we're here.
Who'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Start thinking about an escape plan. I have a feeling we're gonna need one.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch. We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes boom... We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do.
Well, we won't be around, so...
Crack it open.
Look on the bright side. If it all goes to hell, we won't be around to see the fallout.
That certainly inspires confidence. It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Sure, that was totally safe to do.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Just one more to go.
They're here.
They're cutting through the door. We don't have much time.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Oh. Been a bit too daring with this stuff. Oh. Sugar.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
Oh, I was meant to do that. Oh. Okay, she can only be hit 3 times, so I have to be careful with that. Come on, Edsilar, hurry up. And there we go. I don't think so.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Surrey, my friend.
Too much to hope for. Oh, it's your man.
Not you too.
Calm yourself, child. It will all be better soon. Join the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
Oh, I liked her. She was cool.
Watch this. I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me. You will join me in this.
How about we try to save her?
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there, there's still hope.
Hope is what you turn to when you have nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
Oh, he's gone down a dark path. And that's a cool ending shot there. Oh, I want to keep going, but I think we're... Yeah, I think we're we have to wrap up here. It's going on for a long enough video, and I want to make sure that we aren't leaving off on an even bigger cliffhanger. So yeah, next episode could be the last, or maybe the second last. I'll see if I can get a rough idea of how much longer it is without spoiling myself. Let's just quickly go through the characters and their opinions, and then we'll wrap it up. Captain Solano was enraged when Jara told Captain Riker the shield algorithms had been stolen by the Tkon, and wished she had respected his desire to keep that information under wraps. No way in hell. You want to protect your career? Well, go to hell. We're not going to screw over the entire Federation and Starfleet just for your ego. Yeah, we already knew that one. Ambassador Spock valued Jara's strategic assessment of the situation after the Resolute was attacked by the Veskir, or the Veskar. Yeah, that's good. Tyler was devastated to hear the disturbing news from Hotari, but took solace in Jara's words of reassurance. Yeah, we already knew about that. Galvin was annoyed by Jara's refusal to recognize the power of the Tkon when the Veskar had the Resolute at its mercy. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Come on. I don't care if he hates me. It's like the captain. I really do not care about their opinions anymore. Portal 36 found Jara to be diplomatic, principled, and ambitious in their first meeting on Delphi Ardu 4. And when he pressed her on why she'd come, he was struck by her reasoning and morality. Good, I'm glad he likes us. And Captain Riker was struck by Jara's confidence when discussing seeking help from Portal 6-3. And he was glad Jara was honest and transparent about the shield algorithms being stolen. Yep. If I've got Riker and Spock on my side, then I'm definitely making the right decisions. And they're both the same. Yeah, that's fine. Edsilar was revealed when Carter refused to go along with Major Armadi's plan to harm the Tkon prisoner. Miranda was saddened when Carter wouldn't accept her offer to join the Tkon, which was made worse when he refused to respond to her. Yeah, kind of exactly like Galvin and the captain. I don't care about this fake Miranda's opinion at the moment. Major Armadi was thankful for Carter's determined leadership during the sabotage mission, especially after Itasca was captured. And I think Itasca, did she change? Lieutenant Itasca was thankful for Carter's empathy and understanding when she shared her guilt over the fellow soldiers they couldn't save aboard the Zeldi. I think actually I already knew that one. So yes, that is today's episode. Hopefully we'll have another part out soon this week. Hopefully maybe end it this week, or end this series this week or early next week. Also, this Friday, as long as everything goes according to plan, I will be streaming on Twitch, probably around 12 o'clock noon Irish time. Once I have that fully confirmed, which will hopefully be later on this evening, I'll know the full details about what's going on, and I'll be streaming Spider-Man PS4 because I want to try and get at least Spider-Man PS4 and Miles Morales, at least their main stories. I'm not too focused on the side missions, but their main stories done before Spider-Man 2 comes out in October. So I think I've got about 80-something, 90-something days, which I think is enough time if I just focus on the main story stuff, not doing side missions or the collectibles too much. I'll probably do some of the side missions, maybe all of them, but at least some. But I definitely won't be focusing on the collectibles anyway. Anyway, if you did like this video, do leave a like and a comment. It is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check me out on Twitter and Medium to stay up to date on all of my other works. And also subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all content going forward. And I will see you all next time.